Chapter 3: Pajama Pals, Making Bedtime Friends Around the Globe. Section 1: Welcome to Kenya. Meet Amani. Our magical journey continues, and tonight we're soaring over vast savannas and sparkling lakes to land in the incredible country of Kenya. Kenya is famous for its breathtaking wildlife, vibrant cultures, and friendly people. Tonight, we'll be meeting a new friend who lives there and peek into their bedtime routine. Get ready to say hello to Amani, a bright and curious 8-year-old girl who lives in a small village nestled near a watering hole. Amani has warm brown skin that glows in the golden African sunset, and her eyes sparkle with mischief and joy. Her hair is woven into intricate braids adorned with colorful beads, a traditional hairstyle in many Kenyan cultures. Amani loves to wear brightly colored clothes, often with patterns that reflect the rich cultural heritage of her people. Tonight, she might be wearing a comfortable kanga, a rectangular piece of colorful fabric wrapped around her waist. On her arms, she might have beautiful beaded bracelets made by local artisans. Life in Amani's village revolves around nature. During the day, she might help her family tend to their crops or play with her friends under the shade of giant acacia trees. In the evenings, the village comes alive with the sound of storytelling and singing around crackling bonfires. But even with all the exciting things to experience in Kenya, bedtime eventually arrives for Amani, just like it does for you. Let's peek into her cozy hut and see how she prepares for a restful night's sleep. Chapter 3: Pajama Pals, Making Bedtime Friends Around the World. Section 2: Getting Ready for Bedtime with Amani. As the golden rays of the African sunset fade, casting long shadows across the savannah, Amani knows it's time to start getting ready for bed. Unlike the beds you might be used to, Amani doesn't sleep on a mattress. Instead, she might spread out a comfortable sleeping mat made of woven reeds on the smooth, sun-warmed earthen floor of her family's hut. Before settling down for the night, Amani follows a simple bedtime routine. First, she might step outside the hut and wash her face and hands in a basin of cool water, feeling refreshed after a long day of playing under the warm African sun. She doesn't have a toothbrush like you might have, but she might use a twig from a special tree to gently clean her teeth. Back inside the hut, Amani changes out of her bright kanga and puts on comfortable pajamas. These pajamas might be made from soft cotton and decorated with playful patterns inspired by the animals that roam the savannah: lions, zebras, or even her favorite, the majestic elephants. Now comes the most special part of Amani's bedtime routine: story time. Amani gathers around a crackling bonfire with her family and other villagers. Under the twinkling tapestry of stars, an elder might share stories passed down through generations, tales of brave warriors, cunning animals, and mystical creatures that roam the Kenyan landscape. These stories are not just for entertainment. They teach Amani about her heritage, the importance of respecting nature, and the values of her community. As the fire crackles and the stories unfold, Amani's eyelids might start to feel heavy. With a content sigh, she snuggles up on her sleeping mat, her mind filled with the day's adventures and the captivating stories she just heard. The warm glow of the firelight dances on the walls of the hut, casting soothing shadows that lull Amani into a peaceful sleep. This is just a glimpse into Amani's bedtime routine. Remember, bedtime traditions can vary depending on the family and location. But one thing remains constant: bedtime is a special time to unwind, connect with loved ones, and prepare for a night filled with dreams. Now that we've peeked into Amani's cozy hut in Kenya, get ready for another exciting adventure. We'll be hopping on our magical journey again, soon, to explore how another child from a different part of the world prepares for dreamland. Chapter 3: Pajama Pals, Making Bedtime Friends Around the Globe. Section 3: Let's say goodnight in different languages. We've peeked into Amani's cozy bedtime routine in Kenya, And now it's time to learn something special: how to say goodnight in Amani's language. The main language spoken in Kenya is Swahili, a beautiful and melodic language with Bantu roots. Tonight, we'll learn a simple way to say goodnight in Swahili, so you can say farewell to Amani and friends just like she does. Here's how to say goodnight in Swahili. Lala salama, pronounced lala salama. Lala salama is a warm and friendly way to say goodnight in Swahili. It literally translates to sleep peacefully, sending well wishes for a restful night's sleep. Let's practice saying it together. Try saying Lala salama a few times. Can you feel the gentleness in the words? Now imagine saying it to Amani as she drifts off to sleep under the starlit African sky. Here are some other fun facts about Swahili greetings. Habari, pronounced habari, means hello in Swahili. So, if you ever meet someone from Kenya, you can greet them with a friendly habari. Mambo, pronounced mombo, is another informal way to say hello in Swahili. Safiri njema, pronounced safi rainaima, means have a good trip in Swahili. This might be a useful phrase to remember if you ever travel to Kenya. Now that you've learned Lala salama, try saying goodnight to your cuddly toy, your family, and even the moon shining through your window. Remember, no matter what language we speak, the sentiment behind saying goodnight is always the same: wishing someone a peaceful and restful sleep. So, with a big Lala salama to Amani and all our new friends in Kenya, we close the door on this exciting adventure. But don't worry, our journey around the world isn't over yet. There are countless bedtime traditions and lullabies waiting to be discovered. Get ready to hop back on our magical journey soon, because our next Pajama Pal adventure awaits.